Hi there, Diane Evans here with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in British Columbia. So if this is your first time coming over to my YouTube channel, I welcome you, but also make sure that you do subscribe. Hit the bell below and you'll get notified immediately as soon as I upload a new video. So today I'm excited to show this video on partial die cutting. I've done a couple of different videos on partial die cutting, but this one I'm happy with. I'm using the hand pen petals. I can't seem to get enough of this particular suite. It has not only it has the bundle. When you buy it together, you save 10%, but this beautiful designer series paper is amazing to work with. I don't think I've seen one card that I have not liked using this suite. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple of cards that I've done using the hand penned as well for the partial die cuts. But this is a partial die cut, so you can see that I partially die cut it out, and I've done the same with another one like that. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm not doing these ones, I'm doing another one, but stay tuned to the other video. And basically that'll show you partial die cutting and partial embossing, and I'll give you the link to that particular video that I did below. All right, so like I said, we're using that. So, and I'm going to need this, and I've put my my stamp. I put it onto my Stamparatus, and I do have my foam mat below there because this is a photopolymer stamp set. All right, so we have that. You are also going to need some Misty Moonlight. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. Just gonna get this out of the way, and we're just going to use that, and we are going to get a really good fold on that by using the bone folder. Now, I also have a piece of this designer series paper, and it happens to be 4 by 5 1/4. All these measurements will be on my listed below, but they'll be on my blog. So what I've done is I have taken this, and I'm going to put it right to the edge there, and I'm going to come in with my seal. And I know that I'm going to be cutting part of this off, so I'm just going to put some seal right there and there. And I'm going to line this up right like that. And then I'm going to come in, and I'm going to bring my Stamparatus. And I want this in such a spot, and I think it's about there to there that I want it. Maybe I'll just bring it up just a bit. And I'm going to stamp this on here. We want to get that straight, so let's see, right like that. Let's see, is that going to be maybe up a little bit more? I just want this placement to be in the right spot so that it's and that. There we go. All right, so I'm just coming in with my Memento ink, and I'm just actually going to stamp this. Use this, and I'll just come in with my handy dandy Chucky tool. And that's just going to have it like that. And then I also need to stamp this again because I'm going to put another piece on there. So should have marked that where that went. It's the beauty of being able to see through this, right? All right, so let's go and stamp that with our Memento ink again. Use our Chucky. And then now I can go ahead and cut that out. Now, for the purpose of this video, I've gone ahead and cut it out already, so I have it right here. And then let's get this part, and let's show you that the beautiful, beautiful with what you can do with this partial die cutting. All right, so I have the die that goes with it, and I have to come in with my big cut and emboss machine because of the way that this is cutting. You're going to see that you need to have it done a certain way. So let me just move this, and I think I'm going to have to move this up a bit. Hopefully that's going to be enough. And let's move this to the side. Do you have a certain way that you like to put your cut and emboss through? I do. So, all right, so we're just going to put this like this. This is my Post-it note tape that I have. I'm going to put another piece over here. And, oh, what I should have done first is I take this, and what I want to do is I want to take a pencil, and I also want to take a ruler, and I am going to cut this, oh, about like that, down to about there. So I'm just going to mark that, just like that. And these can erase off, but actually you're going to cut that off, so it's not going to be a big deal. So we've got that like that. No, that's not staying there very well. So I'm going to put a third piece. Better to be safe than sorry, right? Now, because of the size and everything, I needed to use my plate off of my mini cut and emboss. I am going to just go and put this down here. And I am lining this up right along the edge right there. I'm not going back to the bevel because I know that this is going to take right down to this part there. And then I'm just going to hold that, and I'm going to run that through my cut and emboss. And let's take it back out this way. And now that part is done. And then let's just take this off. Now you see it's cut to there. We may have to cut that down just a bit, and I think we will, because I want to come down to that line. So I'm just going to cut down to, just down to that line, and here, and it's cut to that line as well. Now, at this point then, what I'm going to do is I'm coming in with my trimmer, and you see I marked that piece right with my pencil right down to there, and I'm lining that right up to that groove there. And then I'm just, whoops, putting that in there. And I'm coming down to here and cutting that part off. And then we're just going to come down here and cut this part off. And that. And then we may just have to trim in here. There we go. So there is our cut piece off. Now you notice, because I put that right to that side there, now what I can do is just come in here and layer this on here like that. And now I've got a border around there as well. Now I just want to take that off, a little bit of that off of there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, and I'm actually going to use my glue on this. I think it's going to work better for me, because I can actually get into these parts here. In there. And then this is just going to go. So we have a bit of wiggle room. I want to make sure that that's even. And there we go. So you can see now we've got that partial die cut, right? And now what I want to do is I want to put this part in the middle. Whoops, of course. Does that always happen when you do a video? Yeah, most often. So I'll just come in and finish it off with my glue. Like I say, I'm just going to come in here, put this like that. And you see how that works with the die cut, right? Now I've got a bit of glue on the back, so I want to get that off. Just come in with my glue eraser. There we go. All right, now let's go and finish this card off. So now what I want to do, there's a couple of things that I do want to get done. So let me come in with my piece that's like this, and because we are using photopolymer stamp, I'm going to come in and put it onto my paper piercing mat. I've got my colors here. I've got Misty Moonlight, Mint Macaron, and Blushing Bride. So let's go, and I am going to take my Misty Moonlight. I want to stamp this, whoops, I want to stamp this one off. And then I'm just going to put this onto here. Now by stamping off, this is called second generation stamping. Then I'm going to come in with these. Let's see. I'm going to do full generation on this particular one. There. And then I want to do this little flower there as well. And I'm going to go full generation with that one as well. Let's just put that about like there. And I should be washing these, cleaning these off, because I'm going to have to come back in with the same colors. So I'm just using my chamois, just taking those off. And like I say, we want to make sure that we've got the right color for the second part here. Now, this is where I'm going to go ahead. I've got this one here. And I think I'm going to go full generation on this one. I think this goes down. No, I had it right to begin with. So it's just going to go like that. And then we're going to go second generation on this little one. There we go. And then now what I can do is I can go in with my leaves and finish up the leaves, right? All right. So I've got my little leaves, and I'm using the Mint Macaron. I'm using full generation on this one. And I think we got another little one here. And let's just go with this one. Stamps very, very quickly when you're doing this type of stamping. It's not even. You don't want it completely even, because that's the look of these stamps. Now, if you don't like it to be this kind of a, like this, you can go in with your stamping blends. And of course, you could go and do that. You could color them all individually. Now, I also want to put a sentiment on here, but I do know that there's a little cutout right here. You know what? It didn't go all the way through, so that's no problem. What I'm going to go do now is I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. Now, if I wanted to, what I could do is I could do one more layer up and fussy cut some more petals out, but I think this is good enough for this many this card. And here. And we're going to just put that right there. Now, another thing that I had done was I want to put some ribbon on here, and I also want to put a sentiment on here. And I think the sentiment is going to go down about here. So I'm going to go in. This stamp set has some of the most amazing sentiments in here. Anything is possible. Congratulations, feel better, friend, and thanks. I'm going to use this thanks. I love the font on this thanks. So I'm just going to come in and I'm going to put that right about there. And now what I want to do close those up. And I want to put some ribbon on. Now, originally what I was going to do was use a ribbon that's coming from the next catalog, but I thought to myself, better not. So I'm coming in with a circle punch, and I'm just actually going to do a bit of a circle punch right here. And I'm going to do one right across from there. And that is going to give me my spot where I can put the ribbon. Now this might not be enough ribbon. I'm wondering, will it be enough? No, I could probably go in. I'm actually going to go, and I don't normally cut my ribbon ahead of time, but I'm going to. I need 9 inches for a ribbon to tie a bow. So I'm going to do it like a double bow. So I'm just going to come in like this and come in. I don't know if this is going to work, but it might. All right. Now I kind of want this to stick down. So the one thing to do if you don't have somebody that can help you with your holding it down is just take a glue dot, and I call this the third finger. There we go. And now what I can do is I can just put this down, push that down there, and then what that's going to do is that's going to hold it down. Now I'm also going to go in and cut this piece, and I think we're going to end up just tying this in a knot. Let's see. There we go. And then we're going to go and we can give it a bit of a paper or a bit of a trim. And up here. There we go. It would have been nice to have it as a bow, but it wasn't going to work for me. Now, if I don't like how that's sitting, I can also go in and also use my glue dots, which I'm going to in this case. I just want it to lie down. There we go. And then, of course, we have to go and embellish. Now, I think I'm going to use these opal rounds. I think they're going to be very, very pretty on this here. So let's go. And we'll put one here and a littler one. I don't know why I went right in the middle of that, but that's okay. And let's do one about there. So there's my card. I guess we could have put some on there as well. Do we want to put 5 on? Let's go ahead and put 5 on this card. Let's put one there and a littler one right about there. There we go. Lots of embellishment on this particular card. So I hope you liked that. Like I say, that's using this. This is the partial die cut. And I do want to go in and I want to show you the other one that I did. And I will do a link for it. This is partial die cutting and partial embossing. And I will give a link to this card as well. But anyways, this is there. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to my video. Give me the thumbs up if you enjoyed that. Also, another thing is if you don't have a demonstrator in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I have a very generous host reward program. And if you use this, this host code, you will qualify for rewards. Plus, also for every order that I have, I give away a tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed that and have a great day. Bye for now.